Man went out in the spring. He was all excited. He was going to plant his garden. He brought his garden fork out. He jammed it into the soil there, and he began to turn it, excited for what that garden would produce. But as he worked, he broke into a sweat, and the harder he worked, the harder it seemed, until he got the garden turned, and he stepped back, and he was like, whew, I'm done. I've had it. And he decided that instead of planting the garden that year, he was just going to pray over that soil and trust that everything would come all right. He was going to trust that God was going to do his thing and that he'd have a good garden. And so he prayed, and he went about his work and went back to other things and took his rest that way. Well, time passed. And the man came out and looked at his garden, and there were things sprouting out of the ground. He thought, oh, good. Here come the sprouts. He came back later, and they were getting taller and taller, and he realized that it was not going to be fruitful plants, but rather weeds. And he prayed, Lord, take these weeds away. Take these weeds away, Lord. And he came back in the fall to gather his fruit, and he found that the weeds had overwhelmed and ruled his garden. What's the story here for us and our health and our life and prayer? Yes, the Bible teaches us to have faith. Yes, the Bible teaches us to trust and call on the name of the Lord. But the Bible also tells us you reap what you sow. Right? Galatians chapter 6. You reap what you sow. And follow through on those commands and promises of God. Live the life, live a healthy life that honors your Heavenly Father who gave you that body and life. And then also commend your life to Him by prayer, and the fruit and life will follow.